Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Jennifer Squires and here we make, paint, create, sew and have fun. Today is part 3 in our Making the Autumn Witch series, and today my initial plan was to start working on the dress. However, I'm going to push it back a video because I'm waiting on a book that will help give me a better understanding of a girdle structure or how to attach the skirt to the stays. So today we're going to be working on the accessories, and we're going to start with the hat. So this is my picture of the hat, rudimentary rendering if you will, and I'm going to use this hat I bought for $4 from the warehouse, and I'm going to recover it. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the cone and open it up to use as a pattern, and I'm going to recover this base part here because it's already got the wire in it. So we're going to start by disassembling this. Okay, now I have the cone unpicked, and I'm going to use this red fabric to cut out an outer piece and this fat quarter to cut out a lining piece. I'm also going to cut out 2 matching pieces for the brim. Right, this is our brim. We're going to stitch along this line and then trim as close to the stitching line as we can and flip it inside out and attach it to our brim. But first we're going to cut our cone piece. Okay, after an hour and a half from getting here, just to here, I can't see, from here to here, my machine was awful. I fixed it and it took 30 seconds to get the rest of the way around. And now I've notched all the way around so that I can now turn it the right way out. I'm going to set this aside for now and work on the cone. Right, I have had a heck of a time even getting this far because of my machine. Not my hat, maybe a little bit the hat, figuring it out as I go. But I now have the cone pinned on to the brim, and I'm now gonna hand stitch somehow all the way around, and then I'll finish off the inside. But that I will stitch it on off camera later on this evening because I am angry at this, and I am angry at my machine right now because the thread kept snapping, and I'm not in the mood, and I know if I'm so angry I'll make mistakes. So putting this down, I'm going to go have lunch. Okay, so I have stitched on the cone to the brim all the way around, and it's pretty ugly inside, but I can worry about that later. And I placed a small gathering stitch here to give it that kind of crooked look. But the next thing to do, which is the most fun thing, decorating. So for decorating, what we're going to do is we're going to put this flower crown around the brim, and then we're going to go to the storage unit. We'll get the Halloween decorations out and the staff, and we'll see if we've got any teeny tiny skulls that we can stick throughout this to make it slightly more spooky. Okay, so the hat's done for the most part. It just needs probably a bit slightly more spookifying. So this is the hat. It is tacked on in 2 places on the inside, so I can remove it to wear the flower crown separately if I so choose. The next step is decorating the staff. This is a staff that we found on the hike in the Ruahinis about 15 years ago. It is completely sanded and sealed. So we're going to decorate this upper portion to kind of match towards the hat. And everything we're going to do to the staff is going to be removable in case we want the staff as a standalone piece later on. So I have some little viney things, some skulls from the Halloween box for Halloween decorations. My littlest Doreen used to call these skull of my enemies. And she'd wander around just after she turned 1. She'd go, skull of my enemies, mama. And she'd just walk around holding them in her hand. We have some fake scorpions, bats, some more little mushrooms, and a whole bunch of some fake florals. We also have some beads and things, and we're going to finish off the pouch as well. Right, so I think the first thing to do is I would like to put a skull into the hat. You know what? If I put, oh no, I'm just spitballing here, one of these pin backings on the back of the skull with some super glue, I can then add and remove it to almost anything. In fact, that's what I'm going to do with some of these bats and some of these spiders as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use the super glue off camera because I almost always spill it on myself or glue my fingers together and end up needing help. So I'd rather you not see that, but I will let you know if I glue myself to myself. I'll be back. Okay, so I didn't glue myself to anything. I was smart. I used tweezers to place the tiny things. I did, however, accidentally glue this little bat to the little tabletop, which is why the top of his ear is white. But everything has a little pen backing on it now. Right, and while we wait for the rest of these spiders and things to set up, let us place the skulls on here. So you can't even see what I'm doing. There he is, right on the front. And if that's the front, I might put another one kind of just here, and then maybe one of the bats up here. There we go. I'm calling this hat done. The rest of these pieces, when they fully set, I'm going to put them on maybe a spider on that hat. I might paint these spiders to make them more autumnal, so like a little brown. Put some on the hat and some on the dress, which we're going to make next week. The scorpions, the little opening in the back was not wide enough for a pin backing, and whatever they're made out of was rejecting the glue, so we'll figure out another way for that. Alright, so the staff. Let's bring you down a bit. do. I think we'll wind some of this. So this is the staff. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of forcing it with the bat, so I might just take that off. Yeah, that looks a lot better and more cohesive with that. Okay. Now this is the pouch. It's a little bit lackluster, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of cardboard to stiffen up this part all the way around. Already that makes a big difference. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed that. I worked really hard on it and I had a lot of fun. So next week is sewing the red dress and getting the final piece of the Autumn Witch costume together. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't really care. You do you. Anything you do below our video will help us please our algorithm overlords, and we will see you next week. Bye.